automatically by you. What's going on? Another madness. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? How are you doing? Ether madness. Ether madness. What's up? Let me know if you guys are just getting here in chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Cool. All right. Yep. Nice and light to get a little blood flowing while we are underneath the load. I don't know how much this is going to change. Making sure I'm lifting and I can get all the way down to my toes. All right. For people that are working out outside of a gym environment, it's kind of useful sometimes to just get a couple motions you're comfortable with. For me, those are kind of light curls. Being able to not get super deep, but just settle into a position and do a couple kickbacks. Doesn't matter. This isn't a you are fit, you are not fit type exercise type deal. Not a maximum or minimal amount of weight that's useful. You can get a couple hand weights, whatever it is. Get moving a little bit. And for everybody, spinal mobility is good for everyone. And so just depending on how new you are to that concept, how new you are to spinal mobility, the amount of weight you pick, as well as the speed by which you control your body to rotate, or sort of the aggressiveness or severity of those moves, right? You know, those all might come into play. So, you know, we can do that same sort of motion, one weight in our hand, just kind of keeping a firm back and stuff. Let's see. What do when sink poop? When sink poops, I think you have to get a plunger. If you are stuck somewhere or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's typically how that works. Yeah. That's why I mentioned for people working out outside of the gym environment. Also, good to see you. My name is Duck. Feel free to say hi in chat. Hey, Barney. Heck yeah. Wolfman, a little bit. We got a little bit of a beard. Folks. Yeah. And so, you know, for people trying to get healthy, you know, these are the types of like sort of fitness pairings that I encourage people to look after. If you're trying to get healthy, then have a healthy mindset about your exercises or the way you approach your program. Bernie wants some push-ups. Great recommendation. I might do some push-ups in just a second, just for you, Bernie. Thank you for recommending that. You know, for people trying to get strong, maybe you try to have a strong mindset. How strong do you need to be? If you're trying to have correct technical form, and be more athletic. Well, what does a correct technical form and being more athletic look like? That kind of stuff. All of that kind of stuff. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think an 8-pound jug is too light, too heavy? It's enough, it's not enough. Let me know. Let me know how hard you're working. Let me know how hard you're working. Let me know if I should be working harder. Let me know if I need to be working harder. We got some young folks in chat. No chest. No chest, says someone. How much do I need to bench? Do I need to go back to, Bernie says too light. Kathy Pat says, good work, brother. I appreciate both of you. I appreciate both of you. Yeah, if I need to go back to, I never benched a lot, but 275 or 255 was my max on flat. I don't do a ton of chest now because I run a lot. I used to be able to do the 120-pound dumbbells. I always had a good time. Maybe this is my old German and Polish forest person. I always had a good time kind of gripping a weight and getting one set in, letting the body recover, letting that ATP. Do you have any dumbbells? Yep, I got the neoprene dumbbells just for you guys, 12-pound weights. And then I also have these old 40-pound dumbbells. Old 40-pound dumbbells. As I've gotten older, as I've gotten wiser, perhaps a little more focused, figuring out different ways to hold the weights while doing sort of more or less the same exercise. While doing more or less the same exercise, I've been able to, hopefully, without going overboard, just get that feeling of being under the load for a couple minutes. Not a big deal. Get some steps in, get some walks in. Hey, what's up, Beto? Good to see you. We have Beto, the Platonist physicist. Any y'all into philosophy? Alabama. Arian's asking me if I'm from Bama, the Florida-Bama shore. What do you guys think? Do I look like I'm from Bama? How would you know? How would you know, buddy? Maybe. All right, you guys wanted a couple push-ups? Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. Let me hear about my form. Let me hear about my push-up form. Let me hear about my form. Let's go. I feel like I got a stone inside me. I feel like I can't be what I'm trying to be. Ain't that something? Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I can't say. Afsanali Pro. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Voice-wise, you're West Coast. What about Chicago? You want me to clarify a couple things for you? We get hyphy, bro. A little bit of both. How many kgs? What is that? Kg is 0.6, like 0.61 or 0.6 pounds. 2.2 pounds is 1 kg. I don't know. I don't actually know. Yeah. If you guys aren't feeling a good day, this is a shakeout sort of workout for me. I got about 20-30 minutes in walking, running. Just trying to get 15 minutes in. My body might need some rest. Who knows, maybe some calories that'll fix whatever ails me. Calories and, what's it called? Some people develop athleticism and strength on their way up. Some people develop athleticism and stuff on their way down or whatever. So, since we do shakeout workouts together. You know, the only time you can really maintain the lever with your shoulder out, stay a little safe, is these times when we're not going that heavy, right? You know, and that allows me to work on, again, that spinal rotation. How big does that spinal rotation need to be? You guys tell me. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. Yeah. You guys, we see some people with these nice arm twists and stuff for ligaments. Yeah, no problem. You guys tell me. You guys tell me if that's good. If you guys are new here, feel free to like and subscribe. We're just kind of hanging out. Yeah, we don't do anything too crazy. If you guys have fitness questions, if you guys have advice, comments, feedback, I'm not going too hard, not hard enough. Is it useful just seeing sort of that easy stuff in action on social media or something? What are you guys working on? You tell me. Y'all working right now? All that kind of stuff. These kind of nice, really soft lifts. Really soft lifts. Really soft lifts, guys. Phoenix, Arizona. To Phoenix, Arizona. Ain't that something? I think I acted like a big old dummy today. From Phoenix, Arizona to Phoenix, Arizona. That's why y'all don't want to peep my videos. Folks don't want to check me out. Do come say hi to chat. I'm not saying y'all and we are nothing, but I'm saying, I don't know. Duck's just blabbering. Just blabbering, guys. All right. I'm going to get 4 pounds in one hand. Kind of shake it out a little bit. A little bit controlled, not forgetting the motion that we're going into, that we're coming from. There we go. Just a little bit controlled, 4 pounds in one hand. Doesn't look like that much, but you guys are sort of new to some of the more explosive athletic motions, just like me. Take it easy. We can start with just a little bit of lift, control down, a little bit of lift, and that's it. We're just going to do that motion once or twice. Whew. Oh, these are kind of that yoga stance. We'll try and get our lungs to open up a little bit. Nice and tall, nothing too big. Listening to our body, listening to our environment, our ecology. You guys can tell me I don't expand enough. I don't have big enough of a six-pack. Not lifting heavy enough. Not strong enough. I didn't do enough cardio. Cool. All right. Get those wrists going a little bit. And then once again, see if I can relax my arms, shake it out a little bit, go out. Nice and controlled on the way up. Make sure not putting too much stress on ligaments and stuff like that. All right, let's go. All right. These are kind of nice, a good way to sort of get those shoulders a little bit, building that full body lever. You can feel our muscles contract and just relax, moving tension around a little bit, moving end tension around a little bit. You guys are new agers. Oh, crap. A little wiggle on down. Uh. All right. How you guys are doing? If you guys are here, feel free to say what's up in chat. If you guys want to like and subscribe, I appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. We're just hanging out. My name is Duck. Getting into this fitness stuff a little bit. This is a good way to kind of quickly make progress once or twice a week. Keep that full body under tension and do some of these dynamic movements without losing control. Without losing control. Stuff's all good. That stuff's all good. Oh my God, that's nasty. Just a little bit of control with the weight going down our shoulders and arms. Again, that full body lever with 4 pounds. We ain't changing the world, but we don't look too bad while we're doing it. It's a shakeout day, a good way to stay a little bit active. Get a little tension, do complex movements. This is actually a little harder for our bodies to figure out than some imagine. It looks so silly and stupid, but yeah, here we are. Here we are. Set a timer for our hip movements, using this one hand as a guide, keeping our balance, making it a little bit easier on ourselves. Might get harder as you go slower, actually. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. When we do this, we use our full forearms. We can go back, make sure we're getting our triceps, our backs, and our shoulders a little bit. Same thing, a little spinal rotation. Might not look that crazy, but we don't look that bad. We don't look that bad. It's nice and light wherever the world takes us. Yeah, if y'all are in school, studying, working, any of that kind of stuff, you don't want to do big old heavy lifts. Not always, sometimes you do. Ask your body how it's going to catch it, pick it up. Ask how great you're going to be afterwards. How great are you going to feel? Oh. Let people tell you who you are, describe you. How am I? How am I? How am I going to be? That's that pig shit, that baby poop. If you guys think you're going to get a video, PDF influencer, I trust all y'all more in 5 minutes than I do anyone to tell you what it is, what it's like. That's how nasty we be, baby. We nasty out here. We nasty out here. I hope all your days are going well. Should we do a little core, some planks? I got stones in my core. I got aspects of myself, my body that don't want me to do workout, don't want me to do heavy, don't want me to do fast, don't want me to eat clean. Is that an injustice? No, I'm going with the lesson. I'm going with the time. We're getting a little bit of workout in. I appreciate you all coming to Duck's Why. My name is Duck. We're going to, since we're doing some spinal rotations, trying to listen to our body, build that lever. It's at least a heuristic. If you guys are sort of newer to working out, work out how your body wants you to. But if you guys discover a new way your body moves, be cool. Be cool. Don't make somebody be somebody because of you finally being somebody. If you didn't think you were nobody before, you don't have a little indignation, a little fear, a little confusion. We all do. I do. That doesn't mean I'm not also excited. Those complex emotions, sometimes those complex emotions are a reflection of how we move and how much we lift. Even if it's not a lot, even if it's a little bit. That's all I'm saying. I don't need a lot, but if I got a little, I'm going to do a little with it until I can do a lot with it. I don't want to waste. I'd rather be the man building a castle out of toothpicks than a man using a toothpick at a castle. You guys know what I mean? It's good to see everybody. We're just getting a little bit of work in. All right. Just 8 pounds with this bad boy here. Ain't nothing new to do except to do it falling into place too. While our spine is rotating, we're being so fancy. There ain't an iceberg. There ain't nothing real bad that's going to happen because we lift light and take some time on our workouts. We take some time on exercise selection. Even though we ain't huge, ain't that big, ain't that nothing. Cheers to y'all from Phoenix, Arizona. I hope you guys are having a good day. Love to connect, have a conversation sometime soon. Oh, what's up? If you're just joining, feel free to say hi in chat. My name is Duck. Love having a conversation. Love seeing you guys. Love getting to know you guys over time. If you guys just want to hang out and chill, that's also cool. I'm just going to mind my lonesome. We're going to do a body saw, maybe a couple push-ups real quick. Hope you can see me. I'm just twisting. I'm going to go down to my elbows, and all I'm going to do is try and control and stably try and push my hips down into the floor without losing all the tension in my back. And then when I'm popped up, I can also do this little rotation. I can spread my legs out. I'm a little bit wider. Oh, and instead of people that hate getting down and doing static planks, if you don't like doing static planks, guys, if you don't like static planks, this is better. Oh my God. For all y'all got a lazy core. I don't not have abs, but I got a lazy core sometimes, so that's for all y'all. All right. Are we going down? 6 packs for summer, bro. 6 packs for summer, bro. California, no, man. No, man. Since we just got done doing a little bit of mobility, not much, maybe a pathetic amount, but it's the work that we can do. Fitness is for everybody. 15 seconds or 15 minutes of work is for everybody. We're going to keep going with that theme of using our core. Full body exercise. I got 4 pounds in my hands. I'm going to do tricep kickbacks. I'm going to settle in. Does my core keep me stabilized here? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't need 215 on the bar. I don't need 225. I don't need an Olympic weight set. I can just settle myself here. And this hand's going to keep my balance and guide me, make it a little bit easier so I can focus on the motion at hand. I'm not giving myself a cop out. I'm giving myself a cop in, a way in. Nice and slow, and controlled through the core. Honey badger don't give a rat darn about nothing, no nothing, nobody. Same thing. Pop, 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 pop. You guys can see my hand. I'm rotating. Pop, pop. Nice and slow. Nice and slow, controlled. Let those shoulders drop. Feel that lift. Feel that core keeping you controlled. I don't need a ton of weight. No nothing, nobody. All right. Oh, when you guys start feeling sore in your shoulders, if it doesn't smell like pig shit, you're not working that hard. If it does smell like pig shit, you might be okay to give it a little break. No offense. Pardon my language. I'm sorry, YouTube. Let's call that for about now. I know I'm looking like that guy. Y'all don't like that guy. Y'all like being that guy. Y'all like acting out a fool like that guy. You don't like being that guy. What's up to my fam on the top of the mountain and at the so-called bottom? There is no mountain. It's good to see you all. It's good to see you. show you the only thing we got going on in the fridge right now. This is my vegan food for later. I got tomatoes, squash, avocado, a couple jalapenos. I'm gonna make some rice with some beans in it and some vegetables. Real nasty. Real nasty. Beto saying up in chat, thought about lifting weights, but they're too heavy. Oops. Let's put the light on, guys. We are settling in after our workout. I appreciate y'all joining me in the garage. Oh my Moses. Oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on, everybody? It's good to see everyone. We're getting that bottom of the barrel workout in. Y'all know about the bottom of the barrel. How's everybody doing today? I see we got 5 watching on my side on YouTube. My name is Duck, by the way. It's good to have everyone here. I had the energy in my bro voice on while I was working out in the garage. Yeah. Got that 20-minute, 20-30 minute shakeout running outside, 20 minutes in the garage. Try and relax a little bit, maybe go get a little walk in after we finish the live stream. Go check the news and stuff. Yeah, on my channel, I'm starting to do some open panels, some discussions, some sort of curated information shows, debates, that kind of stuff. But I do love this format. I love that all y'all are here. If you want to say hi in chat, I honestly appreciate it. The last couple shows, we've had 20, 30, 40 people hanging out, chatting. You guys have sent over 5,000 messages the last couple shows. And so, yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I do on my channel. Try and talk about somewhat serious topics without talking down to anyone or ignoring any sort of stuff, any important stuff. To me, the important stuff is like kind of keeping up what's going on in Gaza and Ukraine politics. Does anybody have questions about work? Does anyone have questions about YouTube? You guys want to have a discussion about work or social media, about information or news on social media? Do you guys want to talk about the P. Diddy case or something? Do you guys want to talk about the big, beautiful bill, Trump, all this stuff? And so from my perspective, the thing that we do not do all the time is kind of make sure that, yeah, at least we're going out and asking like, hey, is this my time to waste 15 minutes not on meme content, right? I myself use YouTube. I got about 100, 200 subscriptions. I love meme cuts. I love watching stupid like courtroom drama stuff, true crime, cop stuff. I like watching some video games. That stuff's all fun. That stuff's all cool. I used to follow guys like David Goggins and Dr. Mike, Greg Doucette, those kind of guys for fitness. I got like Don Levin, Piers Morgan, those kind of people on my subscription feeds. And so, yeah, I'm just really trying to kind of curate that place where, figuring out whether it's daily or not daily, but really more or less, I don't care, right? If you guys, someone wants to set notifications and come to the, the Duck stream. Yeah, it's cool to see you guys anytime I go live. I always appreciate that kind of stuff, right? But also like, whatever, I wouldn't expect someone to go to any channel every day. So I wanted to create that sort of home place where, yeah, sometimes I do workout streams in the morning. Sometimes we can talk about geopolitics or news or something. Like, what do you guys think of multiculturalism or pluralism, right? Do you guys think that in the United States, we should have more conversations about people with political beliefs from being indigenous, being Latinx, if you're African American, if you're Black or Muslim, right? We should also, since we are inclusive of Christian and secular worldviews in the US, maybe it is the case. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe it's the case that we should at least, once a year, right? Mark your day on the calendar. We're able to have debates. We're able to have longer form conversations. We're able to have conventions with multiple political parties to talk about things, to disagree about things together. And then guess what? Come October, you or whatever it is,
November, you are voting for the president at that time, right? You're voting for the president every 4 years. You're going to vote out half of Congress every 4 years. And so, absolutely keeping the lawn, the hedges clean, all that kind of stuff. Hey, what's up, Rebel Duster? I'll try and remember your username. I'm trying to get better at all that kind of stuff. Just want to be honest. But yeah, we just got done with the garage workout, so I'm not trying to be like super, SoCal bro, hyphy, going hyphy. I'm not trying to be super broish, but we just got in from the garage. Yeah, it would also be cool to be able to have like political conventions and talk about like two-way stuff more often, right? There was just 5 teenagers shot in a house. I forgot where. Was it Indiana or Minnesota or something? Sorry. Somewhere, yeah. 5 teenagers just got. They broke into a house and, apparently the house had been getting broken into, and the guy sort of prepared for it. And what's it called? Yeah, one of the kids. So like those kind of conversations, it's like, yeah, that guy got ready for something. Rebel Duster in chat says, notice how the U.S. government is completely infested with foreigners and dual citizens of that one country in the Middle East that we are not supposed to talk about. And that country is involved in a genocide paid for by our taxes, a foreign country. Wild. I'm just guessing that if you can talk about this directly too, I can try and in good faith bite off some of this content, but if you're talking about Israel or Palestine and Gaza, the U.S. both accepts refugees. We also typically make it more easy for Western nations. If you're a part of a Western nation, you own a business or you work at businesses like those in the U.S. to get dual citizenship if you have family here or something, which tends to be more common in democracies. So that sort of, I would just like you to, I would like you to respond to that idea that, it's more likely that if you are a political refugee or if you're in a country just like ours, right? You're not just some other typical normal life story somewhere. It's more likely you're going to be a U.S. citizen or be living here on a visa, living here on a green card, or be working on that citizenship process. And so I'd always be interested to hear points about geopolitics, but I don't understand how individual bias towards a person or a group without having real evidence, so you're not really convincing me with the rhetoric. The law's been that you must be natural born citizen to ever hold public office. That's not true, right? You have to be a naturalized citizen to be a president. You have to be a naturalized citizen to be president. So you can be born in a different country, and be a mayor, right? Or I think maybe a governor too. I'd have to go look up who's who, but we have Zoran Mamdani. Where's he from? Not Djibouti. He ain't from Djibouti, boy. Look up how many dual citizens and foreign-born politicians. So USA is a fake country. Yeah, I can't help with that one argument. I apologize. The stories that I personally remember, and I think these statistically resemble the U.S. Congress a bit more, is I both remember John McCain, a great American hero, a veteran, also someone sort of hawkish, but very much always willing to speak behind American interests. John McCain, prisoner of war, lots of stories. I remember him, John McCain, spending time in the Congress, right? And then running for president. Was it John McCain for president or vice president, whatever it was? So I remember John McCain stunningly. I also remember in Arizona, Kristen Sinema. She was one of the first LGBT open gay senators, gay Congress people in U.S. history. So if you want to make the story your belief or what the sort of where we're starting, your binder, your booklet, is telling me that Congress and other offices in the U.S., these are all foreign agents or something. That's not that's not actually politics. I don't want to, rip the Band-Aid coming off. That's not actually accurate. It's not actually how the world works. So the Congress abdicated their right to regulate and create currency, gave it to the Federal Reserve. They gave it to the Federal Reserve, a private foreign-owned multinational cartel. Yeah, a private foreign-owned multinational cartel. Yeah, so, the IMF and the credit levers in the United States go far, but the bulk of the U.S. economy is the U.S. economy. And so be very anti-competitive. It would also be very foolish to imagine a power structure that's outside of that. And so maybe you don't want to think strategy and game theory, think rational thinking, rational actor theory, looking at utility. Maybe you don't want to think those inform a conversation in addition to facts that either of us can look up on the internet, right? Maybe your facts are right, or maybe your facts are printed somewhere. But the reason I'm always skeptical first is because I still think that, there's at least a reason to not go that sharp right direction. That's just my 2 cents. What are you defending, sir? I think I'm defending both of our right to have a conversation. If I'm not being too condescending, I am defending your right to still think about these things that it appears you made up your mind on. I can argue for a point and not have like a single position that I hold on it, right? I can look at an issue from multiple angles, so I think I'm standing up for our ability to have a conversation. It doesn't sound like the things that we're talking about are the same reality or the same world, right? Sounds like you're just reflecting. That's cool. Well, just to get to know each other, the way I reflect is I think about my political science degree, or I think about the economics classes and other research I've done on econ over the years. Right? I think about natural philosophy. I think about understanding scientific domains. I also think about, I remember watching Erin Burnett back in like 2010 when she first started on CNN, right? It's going to be difficult for you to truly argue with me and say, we can both just be reflecting. You were a history major. Yeah, so you might be picking up on the fact that I don't have these firm narratives, dates, places, people, who, what, where, when, where, whys, sort of that main narrative. I don't have that, but I don't have history, right? I don't have that history there. Yeah, I'm aware of, Noam Chomsky and a couple of these other guys. Oh my God, I'm spilling water. Holy crap, guys. We just got done. We got a little pig poop everywhere. The records have been proven to be fake and forgeries. What do you guys think? I see we got 7 people watching. What do you guys think about history? Can we, what's the most or least we can say about history? We got somebody sending a message with I don't know if somebody said a swear word. I don't mind swear words, but the YouTube moderator picks it up. So ancient, medieval, Greek, and Roman. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you want me to. I don't know that I understand everything that you're saying, but it sounds like you want me to go into one single path, right? I can't. Yeah, I think the way we interpret history, we call this exegesis. Hey, what's up, Row 420? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, there's like this term for interpreting history called exegesis, and I think it's often the case that we probably imagine, we sort of anthropomorphize and modernize stories that we read. I don't think that totally invalidates the history, and it doesn't support a globalist narrative. Is the question here, which is sweatier? Sweetier? No, which is supposed to be which is sweatier. I just did a short workout. That's how the live stream started. Row 420. Yeah, so it's just which is sweatier. It's a very stupid poll question. But kind of talking about history, politics a little bit. Oh, What's going on, Lawrence? Wesley Curry too. Get that money. Get that free money. Yeah, Wesley Curry is an amazing musician, an amazing composer, all that kind of stuff. $32,523. Heck yeah. I'll take. I would take $100 to $200 a month at this point in my life. I would be happy with it. And the Omnibar. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so I don't totally know. Whoops. Oh, I thought you were asking whether it was my balls or your mom, says row 420. Yeah. Maybe. Don't glaze over me. I don't know what I would glaze you with, dude. I don't know what I would glaze you with. Super skinny guy stuff, hard guy stuff, that sweet stuff, bro. What do you want? What do you want, row 420? What do you got on you? Flip this into an OnlyFans? Hell no, Johnny. I want to do politics. We had a good debate on the channel about physics the other day. But maybe. That's why we talked the other day about, do you guys think OnlyFans is moral? What's the morality for sexual ethics in 2025? Is that important? Are there different historical narratives? I want them skinny beans hanging off your shoulder. Cool. All right. All that delicious sweat. Yep. All that delicious sweat. Sweats and tryhards, kids. Whatever you want. Thank you. I appreciate you. We got people who don't know how to a naked debate channel, says Johnny. Yeah, nighttime. You're so hot, daddy. Yeah. I like both those messages. I don't think those are YouTube's blocking you guys. Those cocked out eyes and the scraggly beard, I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is that what that is? What is that exactly? I forgot. Row 420. My man. Yeah, cooked. Right? You're cooked, bro. You were cooked, and so now you're searching for something from me that's not appropriate, right? That's what you think, it's something different. Yeah, I know you don't know how to spell either. Bro. Do you want to be a moderator? Here, I'm going to make you a moderator. All right, Ro, try it. Try it in 15 seconds. You were Dominique. Yeah. I've been on Rob's show. When I can, I try and catch at least 15, 20 minutes. 15 minutes of Rob Noor show. If you guys don't know Normal America with Rob Noor, he's a conservative commentator. My opinion, he mostly advocates for a small, limited government. That discussion and debate on social media obviously takes him a lot of different places. So I love watching Rob. I love watching Rob be the center of attention. I love watching Rob being able to, day after day for the last like 3, 4, 5 weeks, get, he gets an hour, 2, 3 hours of his show in without any distractions, without any sort of preconception about himself. And so while Rob's talking about issues I don't agree with, it's also the case that what Rob does is very cool. Yeah, that was that was right. That was me. Ducks Y in chat. Have you met Rob? Yeah, I just said I was on Rob's. I've been on Rob's show a couple times. He and I aren't like best friends, but I think he and I could probably spontaneously either join a panel or do a discussion, do a debate. We're both rational people. Rob knows a lot more about social media than I do, right? I'm just this little guy starting out, but Rob's got his thing, I've got my thing. And yeah, maybe he likes the sweaty too. Yeah, maybe, right? I watch him to get the right learning perspective. That's not why someone should watch Rob Noor. I think Rob Noor covers a diverse. Yeah, you're not even a good audience member. You just sit there and enjoy Rob, right? Rob covers a lot of different perspectives. He covers perspectives he doesn't agree with. I don't know that Rob is like the definitive source of information on stuff, but if I'm watching Rob Noor, if I was going to look at a topic like the Gaza and Palestinian ceasefire, and I wanted to know that, well, it turns out the Gazans and folks in Hamas are absolutely suffering and they're absolutely organizing attacks against Israel as we speak. They're also working behind closed doors with Lebanon in order to ensure that there are still armed resistance groups operating in close proximity to Israel, possibly sometimes trying to launch missiles over the fence, while at the same time, Israel has been an occupying force for nearly the last 24 months, right? I think Rob covers that kind of stuff. So maybe we disagree about why we're Rob fans or whatever, but yeah, I think being able to sort of put a pin into an issue and have a discussion is pretty good. Here in Gaza, we're good. Oh, Ro, you're in Gaza. Cool. Peace to you. I absolutely hope peace to you and all that stuff. Misinformation. Yeah, it's been yeah. No, I mean, between you and I, we don't have to do politics. I'm just a normal dude hoping for peace in the area. But the but or the and is, it's always too sectarian to be democratic. It's always too sectarian to be peaceful. There's always some sort of too much external pressure to be peaceful. On Israel's side, there's always too much pressure to not overly fund and overtly fund settlers in the military. You always have to have a next step, and then you always have to have a next step. I'm born in RSA, and there is no harm here in Gaza. I don't know what RSA is. I'm an English teacher in Gaza, and there's zero violence. All right. I don't believe anything you say personally because I think you were spreading conspiracy theories in chat earlier. But yeah, I'm not going to take like a universal sort of social perspective about war. South Africa, UNONS. Okay, cool. Google RSA. Yeah, I'll Google it at some point in time. There's no need to throw an insult, but I appreciate it. I'm not as educated as I should be. I don't think I'm that smart of a person. It's all good. Your intellectual property seems of low value. Yeah, this is just what I was talking about, right? I don't always have that much time to just focus on one thing instead of having to have it be about me, having it me throwing. So I was seeing if you could take a joke. Clearly not. Cool. Yeah. Again, same thing. Absolutely, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. If you wanna do that, I'll show you. This is how adults do this. If you want to like and subscribe, you can come back in 24 hours. I would love to have you back on the channel, but we've got not a ton of other people. We've got 5 or 6 other people here. They don't need to see you doing the same thing for 10 minutes in a row. No offense, bro. Appreciate you. Johnny asks, thoughts on Alvarado, Texas ambush? I haven't heard about an ambush. Heard about the Texas floods, but Alvarado ambush. This wasn't the planned attack on the ICE detention center. Something else. There was a local arrest for people shooting fireworks, and I believe they brought firearms to an ICE center. Yeah, 10 people. Yeah, sounds like 10 morons. If we're talking about the same event, I saw I believe a state's attorney or a state's representative for the investigative office, right? So the people that investigate, and then there's people that actually legally work the case. So I saw one of the people coming out and talking about that event, if we're talking about the same thing. And so, yeah, 10 morons, right? I don't think people, it's usually the case that we don't make violent crimes, unless we're telling a story. We don't make violent crimes specifically about the person and whatever the thing was about, in most cases. And so, I think some people, like it always is, will say, well, like, any act of violence that appears politically left is necessarily politically left. or any act of violence that is necessarily politically right is politically right. One hit in the neck. Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. I'd have to look it up. Maybe I'll talk about that later tonight. Yeah, maybe later tonight or something. Maybe later tonight. Yeah, who knows? We might call a stream. Oh, wait, Suresh Strong. What is the topic? We're not doing that much right now. I personally, selfishly, just got done working out, and yeah, just doing kind of an open discussion cool down yesterday, but whatever it is. Yeah, Johnny's talking about some Alvarado, Texas ambush. I don't know about that news story. But if you guys want to talk geopolitics or Donald Trump or philosophy, physics, or anything at all, if you guys want to talk about when enough is enough or when enough still isn't good enough, right? Whoa. Whew. Yeah, but I would love to have folks on the channel. I would love to do even if we maybe do 20 minutes of open discussion later tonight or something on Gaza and Israel. I've had a couple people asking me in chat over the last couple days. And I think when we see sort of stories changing, we see outlets ranging from Fox to Al Jazeera releasing new stories and stuff. It's like, well, why did you guys ask if you guys didn't actually care in the first place? Do you guys care about that kind of stuff? I am Johnny. Are you familiar with Gobekli Tepe? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Hypocrisy, double standards, and butt knots are the price of universalist pretensions. Democracy is promoted, but not if it brings Islamic fundamentalists to power. Non-proliferation is preached for Iran and Afghanistan. Yeah, there's always there's a poverty of philosophy that exists. I think it exists in a lot of cases, right? Where we want to cover sort of this narrow subset of what's actually happening in society and how that comes to be. Oh, you're located in Turkey? Cool. Well, peace to you from the United States. I've got a couple Turkish friends on Discord. A couple folks from Turkey. It comes up from time to time. It's an ancient site from 11,000 years ago that's being uncovered. No, you're in Washington, D.C. Hell yeah. I'd love to be in Washington, D.C. I would love to be in Washington. I'd love to shake your hand. I would love to shake your hand. I'd love to go out there. I'd love to go out there. No, I'd love to be closer to some of the political discussions. I'm happy on social media personally, but as far as other people go, yeah, it's always useful to be able to have more people that are advising, thinking about political issues, a little closer to those things. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for coming. If you guys want to like and subscribe, we will do another episode of Ducks Y coming up soon. It's always great to see everybody. It's great to have you guys. Yeah, if you guys like fitness, politics, philosophy, if you guys like having hard conversations, fun conversations, if you guys like having your opinions and ideas taken in good faith, if you guys like that kind of stuff, do like and subscribe. Stick around. My name is Duck. This is Ducks Y. We will do more live shows on mobile. We will also do more open panel in mobile format and stuff like that. And so it's so good to see everybody. Let me know how we can work together. Feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, recommend to your friends, your network, or don't. Just show up. If you guys show up once a week, I'll try and recognize the username, try to get to know you guys. I'm so excited. Once again, my name is Duck, and this is Ducks Y. Let's have a good one. Take care, guys. We'll see y'all later.